Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking about what's happening in the world of club rugby. And, of course, as you know, we keep talking to the clubs about what it is that they're busy with behind the scenes. Well, it was a few weeks ago, well, should we say now, maybe a few months ago now, that there were clubs that were busy playing a couple of derby matches. They managed to get the players back on the park, and we're slowly doing the circles where we are going club to club and finding out a little bit about how those 4-week period, as well as, of course, some of the friendly fixtures went. Phil Cronje, who is, of course, head coach at Hamilton's Rugby Football Clubs, joins me now. Phil, nice to have you back. Haven't seen you on the show for a while.
Yeah, well, JP, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I suppose it's winter now. The weather has changed, and we understand, of course, the current challenges in South Africa globally. And together we're all just one day at a time. But Phil, let's focus on you.
Yeah, it's been a while, Jake. Yes, it's crazy, man. At the moment, not sure what's happening out there. I'm talking club rugby-wise. Yeah, we're just going on. It's tough at the moment. I must be quite honest with you. Players are really negative at the moment. But yeah, let's see how we can turn that around.
Yeah, of course, it is difficult for all athletes at the moment. We know that everybody wants to be doing some form of exercise and wants to be competitive. But Phil, let's go back a few months since we last spoke to you. There was a time that you were busy preparing for your first 4-week phase, where, of course, you started off with a 4-week phase and then another 4-week phase before you were allowed to play friendlies. How did that go for you, getting the players back on the park?
Yeah, it was tough, JP. Talking about senior players or players older than 18, 19, 20 years old, to tell them you can't touch the ball for that first 4 weeks was quite tough. But we had to follow protocols. We've done that. We worked a lot on the first 4 weeks. We worked a lot on conditioning because there wasn't rugby for such a long time. Then the second 4 weeks session, brought some ball in, hit some couple of bags. But yeah, let's call these guys semi-professional rugby players because they practice rugby, let's call it 3 days a week. It was tough on the body. For a guy that haven't played rugby for a year and a half, it was tough. Obviously, then we moved over to the friendlies. We had a couple of friendlies. It went okay. A couple of heavy scores that we put on the scoreboard. A couple of tough games, especially one against False Bay. The ones that you really want to test yourself against, that didn't go our way. But we learned from these things. The scary part for me about this whole thing was, and I had a chat with all the coaches after the games, you know, you average about between 4 and 7 injuries a game. I'm not talking about serious injuries. I'm talking about quads and calves and hammies and stuff like that. So that's a concern for me going forward to see what's the outcome of not playing rugby for 2 years. You know, I mean, some of the senior guys that played at a high level, after a game, they will tell me, you know what, coach, making 2 tackles felt like you played 2 games in a row. So I think it will be tough on the bodies. Yeah, I need to do some more homework. We're busy looking into those things. I think it will be tough going forward for a guy that not consistently making, I'm talking about rugby contact, not on the shields and make tackles here and there. I'm talking about match fitness. Those are the things that probably going to count against us going forward.
The players, they must have been excited though to put their boots on and get on the field.
JP was really excited. You know, I mean, that first game that we played, the first friendly that we played, you know, people, it was so excited. The bad part is, you know, we take such a lot of things for granted. Now you start understanding what a changing room means to you. Where the camaraderie starts in that changing room, the guy that's hitting his head against the wall or going to a toilet 5 minutes before the game, whatever the case may be, those things definitely been missed. And I think at the end of the day, is just to be back on the field, to play those couple of games was really excited. Yeah, the guys was over the moon about it. And yeah, let's see what's happening. I'm not too sure it's the way forward. We're all waiting on those info to come through from SA Rugby, or let's call it from the government side.
Phil, one of the positive things that we're seeing from Hamilton's Rugby Football Club is how the players are getting behind supporting each other, how the players are now, and we got some messages, we've seen the posts on Facebook, your players are making little videos and communicating with each other and sending out positive messages of support. I mean, that's really great from a team perspective.
Yeah, we try to interact with the players and we try to keep everybody motivated and say, you know what, this is what I'm doing through this difficult times, or this is what I'm doing at home. Some of these guys play on the PlayStation, or some of these guys, whatever they do. But I must be honest with you, JP, you know what, the last 2 years, the first time when they stopped us was still okay because we were exciting. There's a second, let's call it a second round that will start again and say, yes, let's get back into it. But when they closed us for the third time, I could see that there's a bit of a negativity going on. I just think the players, let's call it, they're over it, but I think it's because they miss the game so much and they miss each other's company that much. And I think that's where and why at the moment it's a real negative thing out there. So that's why we try to keep these guys motivated to do special things like social media. Sometimes we have Zoom calls and we chat to each other just for fun of it, to be part of it. But yeah, at the moment, it's tough to keep these guys happy.
Well, we're happy to see that behind the scenes, you've got some administrators that are doing quite a lot of hard work to keep them connected, and that's of course great news. Phil, we'll leave it at that. We wait and see if there's future announcements. But in the meantime, of course, we say to you and the team out there, stay safe, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
Yeah, thanks, JP. Thanks for your time. Yeah, keep safe. I mean, the next 2 or 3 weeks will be tough, but yeah, if everybody can follow all protocols, I think we all should be fine.
Thanks, Phil. There we go, folks. Phil Cronje, head coach of Hamilton's Rugby Football Club. We'll keep following the progress of our clubs out there. Difficult times indeed. Right, folks, of course, as you know, we've been reaching out to you to share your messages of well wishes and support. And we thought we would show you some of the messages that you've been sending in to us. Our first message comes in from Nolene, who says, stay fit, stay home, and stay safe at Unimill Rugby Football Club. We got a message from Leona Osborne, says, may God be our strength through this difficult time, and may He cover and protect us all against the pandemic. Stay safe, stay home. Leona Osborne there from Rocklands Rugby Football Club. Eitner Tritter says, we wish all within our rugby fraternity who is currently directly or indirectly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic all the best with their day-to-day challenges. Please stay safe and act responsibly. For those who have lost loved ones, you are in our prayers. Eitner's, of course, from Goodwood Rugby Football Club. And Renzo Botman, our very own Renzo Botman, says to everyone, please be safe out there. Make sure to keep the protocols to keep you, your family, and everyone around you safe. Be blessed. Renzel, of course, from Hands and Hearts Rugby Football Club. And Leandra Mexon says, use this structure time to rest, restructure, and rebrand. Get ready to level up. Leandra, of course, from Rocklands Rugby Football Club. And folks, we will, of course, continue to share your messages of well wishes and support. Of course, on a weekly basis, we give you an opportunity to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks, all right? Score energy drinks up for grab. Of course, Score is on board with Western Province Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. So if you want to stand a chance to win a case of Score energy drinks, you need to go to our Facebook page. Of course, and by the way, this is the other can. This is the passion fruit, the Score passion fruit. I'm just showing you the original version at the moment. But yeah, so Score energy drinks, a whole case is up for grabs. Score energy drinks together with a case of Bashu's cool drinks. And of course, don't forget you can win yourself a set of masks courtesy of a Cape Rugby TV mask courtesy of CTC Sports. So if you want to win this triple hamper, the Score energy drinks and of course the case of Bashu's cool drinks and the masks, then all you need to do is go to our Facebook page. Now for the last few weeks we've been running this Score energy drink competition on our Facebook page and asking you various questions from the 2019 league. Now we're moving slightly differently. Steve, do you know your club? So we are choosing clubs and the various logos and modifying them slightly so that you don't see the club name in them. And of course, can you then guess the logo? And it's a fantastic way for you to know the other club structures and to see if you know your club rugby. And of course, this past week, it was the logo of False Bay that we put out there and asked you, do you recognize the logo? Now, of course, we're choosing these logos randomly, the club logos, and we see, do you recognize the logo? Congratulations to last week's winner, Elton Jones, who managed to successfully recognize the logo and name the club, and of course, False Bay Rugby Football Club. So congratulations, Elton. You walk away with your case of Score Energy drinks, your case of Bashes, as well as your set of Cape Rugby TV masks. We'll be in touch with you on Facebook Messenger so that you can collect your case. We'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll carry on talking about club rugby. Back in a sec.